In the quiet aftermath of profound loss, Sharon Osbourne finds herself navigating a world that feels irrevocably altered. The once vibrant matriarch of rock royalty, known for her unfiltered candor and fierce loyalty, has opened up about the deep-seated reluctance she harbors toward the idea of embarking on a new romantic journey following the death of her husband, Ozzy Osbourne. During a heartfelt conversation on a popular talk show, Sharon laid bare the raw edges of her grief, emphasizing with emphatic clarity that she could never, ever envision herself remarrying. This declaration, delivered with the trademark blend of vulnerability and defiance that has defined her public persona, underscores not just the depth of her bond with Ozzy but also the intricate tapestry of emotions that accompany such an immense void. Sharon's words paint a vivid picture of a life now tinged with a pervasive sense of ish, a colloquial shorthand for the middling, somewhat satisfactory state of existence that has become her new normal. She describes her current reality as okay, all right, a phrase that carries the weight of quiet resignation rather than outright despair. For decades, Sharon and Ozzy were more than partners. They were intertwined in a symbiotic dance of chaos and commitment, their lives a whirlwind of music tours, family dramas, and the relentless spotlight of celebrity. To lose that entanglement is, in her estimation, profoundly disorienting. "It's very weird to me," she confesses, her voice likely cracking with the authenticity that has always endeared her to audiences. The love she shared with Ozzy was all-consuming, a force so powerful that its absence leaves an echoing silence, one she must learn to inhabit day by day. Grief, as Sharon articulates it, is not a linear path but a persistent companion, something to be endured and eventually acclimated to. She acknowledges the inevitability of time's passage, things move on, yet there's an undercurrent of reluctance in her tone, as if surrendering to that forward momentum feels like a betrayal of the life they built together. This sentiment is amplified by a poignant memory she shares from one of their final intimate moments. In the tender embrace of a hug, Ozzy posed a question that cut straight to the heart. "When I go, do you think you'll ever get married?" Sharon's response was immediate and visceral, off, P*** off. A burst of profanity that serves as both armor and exclamation point. The very notion repulses her, evoking a vehement, "Oh my God, no, never, ever, ever, no." It's a reaction born not from bitterness but from the sacredness of their union, a marriage that spanned over 4 decades and weathered storms that would have capsized lesser vessels. To understand the magnitude of Sharon's resolve, one must delve into the history of her relationship with Ozzy, a saga that reads like a rock and roll epic laced with redemption arcs and near-catastrophic pitfalls. They met in the hazy underbelly of the music industry, where Sharon, as a sharp-witted manager, spotted the raw potential in the wild-eyed frontman of Black Sabbath. What began as professional synergy blossomed into a personal odyssey marked by passion, addiction, infidelity, and an unyielding commitment to family. Their union produced 3 children, Amy, Kelly, and Jack, each a testament to the enduring love that persisted through the tempests. Ozzy's battles with substance abuse, his infamous antics like biting the head off a dove during a meeting, and the couple's very public reckonings on reality television all tested the limits of their bond. Yet, through it all, Sharon stood as the unshakable pillar, her love a fierce, protective force that often demanded she confront her own vulnerabilities. Now, in the shadow of Ozzy's absence, Sharon grapples with the solitude that has settled over her like a heavy fog. The dreamer's voice, once a constant in their home, is silenced, leaving her to confront the echoes of laughter, arguments, and whispered affections that once filled the spaces between them. She speaks of the grieving process as an ongoing negotiation with reality, a daily effort to integrate the pain without letting it define her entirely. "You know, when you love someone that much and you're grieving for them, it's what I have to live with," she says, her words a bridge between despair and determination. Adaptation is not optional, it's a necessity, a slow unfolding toward a horizon she can't yet fully envision. But beneath this pragmatic resolve lies a profound ache, the kind that reshapes one's understanding of self and partnership. Central to Sharon's coping mechanism are her children, the anchors that have kept her from drifting into the abyss. Amy, the eldest, has long carved her own path in the arts, her quiet strength a counterpoint to the family's more tumultuous dynamics. Kelly, the middle child, has mirrored her parents' public lives with her own forays into music and media, her resilience forged in the fires of scrutiny. Jack, the youngest, brings a grounded perspective, his journey with health challenges mirroring the family's collective fortitude. Together, they form a support network that Sharon credits with her very survival. "I wouldn't have gotten through without them. I would have just gone with Ozzy, definitely," she admits, her candor stripping away any veneer of stoicism. In those darkest hours, the temptation to follow her husband into the beyond must have loomed large, a siren call to escape the unrelenting sorrow. Yet, the pull of maternal duty, the shared history, and the unspoken promise to carry on proved stronger. This admission reveals the fragility beneath Sharon's ironclad exterior, a woman who has spent decades managing crises with the precision of a general. From steering Ozzy's career through the highs of stadium tours to the lows of rehab stints, to navigating the cutthroat world of television where she became a household name as a judge on talent shows, Sharon has always been the strategist. But loss of this magnitude demands a different skill set. One of surrender, of allowing oneself to be held by others rather than holding everything together. Her children's presence, she implies, is a lifeline, a reminder that life persists in its messy, beautiful insistence. They've likely gathered in quiet vigils, shared stories that bridge the gap between past and present, and offered the simple solace of proximity that words often fail to provide. As Sharon contemplates her future, the specter of romance, or rather, its deliberate absence, looms as a deliberate choice. In a culture that often glorifies reinvention after tragedy, her refusal to remarry stands as a quiet rebellion. It's not born of cynicism but of fidelity to a love that transcended the ordinary. Over 4 decades, she and Ozzy built an empire of memories, the opulent homes filled with Gothic grandeur, the family holidays punctuated by Ozzy's eccentricities, the red carpet moments where they arrived as a united front against the world's judgments. To overlay that with a new chapter feels, to her, like an erasure rather than an evolution. Instead, she chooses to honor the intertwined nature of their lives by preserving the sanctity of what was, allowing grief to be her companion rather than rushing toward distraction.